Zoom, zoom, like a race car flight, but it ain't a car, it's a super fast tortoise, going the speed of light, breaking all the
Even in space, a group of tortoises is called a creep. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get up, it's senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise Morning Coffee Show.
Everybody.
I haven't seen that keyboard for a while now.
Wish I would have
If
noticed
it doesn't
it
happen at
earlier.
least once a week, you're just not watching the show.
That's right.
Yeah, the keyboard has its own personality on the show. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning coffee show and the show, all the jazz. Yes, excited.
Good morning.
We got everybody here. We got
Oh, yeah.
everybody. Lone Wolf had to step away for the day for some reason, and we hope he's doing okay. So let's keep him in mind, thoughts and everything. But with that, let's quickly get to introducing everybody, because right here to my right, yes, exactly to my right, we have
Time to rock!
we got the one Ray Man. Oh,
Good morning, everyone.
good morning. He just played the Turtles pre-con game last night with all Turtles decks for 4 people.
Nice.
Super fun game. Super fun game.
Yeah, that was awesome. Then we got the guy who came back from early access. He was playing early access a lot. MTG Hillbilly.
Dag, blaggit.
That's right.
Oh, man. Talking about some fun cards. There's a lot of fun cards in the Turtles. I mean, yeah, I had somebody come in my chat today and said, Turtles ain't no good, but they just don't know the cards. And, man, you can't knock a card until you play the card.
That's right.
And, oh, man, did I have so much fun. Yeah, I lost a lot. But I also got to see how the cards are played and how they work. And yeah, I had a fun time playing with the early access, playing with the turtle cards. And if you're playing standard, I do recommend investing in some of the turtle cards, because you can't go wrong, because great cards, great mechanics are in the set.
Absolutely. People can talk about the artwork all they want, but if the card is a fun card to play, that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Is it
Right.
fun? Okay, cool. That's what matters.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Losing is learning if you're doing it right.
Oh, yeah.
Learning is if you're doing it right. Do it right, everybody. Right below me, we have Tybalt's Apprentice wins. Flawless victory.
I wish that were true. We'll get to that eventually.
Well, but wasn't it the other day? The other day, you're like, you put a card on your shoulder and you're like, if any of you can knock this off, I'll let you win the game. And you beat us all.
That's what he told me. Did you hear that too, Ray Man?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Just go with it, right? Just go. Always say yes.
Go with it. It's funnier that way.
Exactly.
Right below Hillbilly, we have Muujin Fool. That's right. Yeah, Moojaful, hello.
Hey, hey.
Hey, you ready to dance? Ready to get jiggy with it? Nah, 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 nah. Get jiggy with it. Nah, 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 nah.
Oh no, he's gonna get copyrighted.
Oh, and on top of that, we got an Aaronsaurus Rex in the house. That's right.
Morning, E.
Good morning. Dang, that was loud. I'm sorry. Good morning, TCG dude. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And we got Oscar. Oscar, what's up? What's up?
Oscar?
Yeah, everybody in chat. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for watching, everybody. And who's watching, please like the video. That helps the algorithm and lets people see the show. Yeah. Speaking of flawless victory, says Stacy Dude, a new Mortal Kombat 2 trailer is out. Nice.
Yes, it is with Johnny Cage. I love that.
Nice.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Flawless
Okay.
victory.
That's right. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. I mean, that's so nostalgic is Mortal Kombat these days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember that all the animated violence was going to turn us all into killers.
Some people still think that, and that's just
It's crazy. It's crazy. But all right. With that, my friends, I think it's time we get to the first segment of the day.
Card of the day.
Ooh, the card of the day is continue.
Continue.
No.
Can we continue this?
It's continue. It's a question. It is a question mark. A question is legitimately the title of a card now.
Wow.
Yeah. But the card's pretty good. It costs a generic and a white. It's instant. It says choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield.
Nice.
What?
I think only Dawson drew this last night,
Uh-huh.
and because the Blasphemous Act killed nothing but a bunch of tokens, he had no reasons like he couldn't use this. I think this card's very good in the pre-con.
Mm.
It's a very good card in general. I think if you're playing white and you need some kind of recursion that you could do a heck of a lot worse than this.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. They're trying to get people to run cards like these, so my board wipes are less effective.
That's right. I was just going to say that. People are using more board wipes, and now they're getting more ways to come back from them.
Anti-word wipe. Let's go.
Board wipe. But this is a really powerful card, and I like it. It saves you from board wipes. Like I'm a victim of board wipes too, and you know, just getting beat up by board wipes just teaches you to play more board wipes, right?
Yep.
That is a lesson that some people have learned. Yes, I don't know if it's the right lesson, but that is the lesson that some people have learned.
But this card right here, I mean, it's an instant, and it's very good because you get to return 4 creatures back to the battlefield.
Yep.
I'm thinking
And it just says this turn, so you can do this during like your opponent's end step.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, you board wiped. I'm going to wait until you have nothing left but instant speed responses, and I'm going to try this. And if you're not going to board wipe a second time,
All right, that's right.
But it only after the board wipe. It's the only time this was good.
Well, you can do it. You can do it after the board wipe for sure. One thing I want to highlight is that it's good. It says choose up to 4 target creatures.
Yep.
So if you have 3 creatures, it's still good. If you have 2 creatures, it's still good.
Right, but it also says we're put there from the battlefield this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can also use, like, if you had to block, like if you needed to block for some reason, like if you don't block, you die, and you just lost a bunch of your creatures, you can still do this during your opponent's end step that you blocked on.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 2 mana, right? And it's got a lot of utility.
That's the key right there, I think, is the fact that it's 2. Well, first of all, that's an instant. Secondly, that it's 2 mana. It's cheap enough. Most anybody, well, depends on the deck, but most people can find 2 mana to spend to get 4 things back. And if you've got ETBs stapled onto those creatures and stuff, it's just more value.
Right.
100%.
You know what this picture is missing? Someone holding a quarter in front of the arcade cabinet.
That'll be the secret lair they're going to sell to us next week.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it waited so long.
Yeah.
What was that? Let's move to the picture of the day. The picture of the day is when you see yourself on a magic card and look at all the flavor text. Look at that face.
He's reading pretty hard.
Probably not liking the flavor text. I don't know.
No pizza.
Well, I tried putting a magic card as a prompt here, and look, it made like a little book out of magic cards or trading cards. It's crazy, but yeah. That should have been the question of the day, but no. The question of the day should have been, what flavor text would be on your magic card? But nope.
Good question.
But yeah, with that, we're gonna get to the question of the day. But I need to find the clip here.
Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day.
Question of the day, my friends, was brought to you by me. And it's a good question. It's an awesome question. And maybe you're doing nothing. Maybe you're doing something. But I don't know. But if you have a question of the day, card of the day, or anything that we do in this version of the video, this form of the video, the beginning of the live, you can interact with us on Discord, and do all that fun stuff. Yeah. Let me put the Discord link in the chat. And let's go. Let's see what the question of the day is. Super Fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. The question of the day, my friends. So are you ready for pre-release weekend? Do you have plans for pre-release weekend? What are your plans for pre-release weekend? Let me know. Let us know in the comments below. Let's go. So what's your plans for the week?
many plans.
So many plans.
I can't afford the pre-release, so I ain't got no plans either. Love to, but I can't.
I got plans. I'm going to go to a pre-release, and I'm also going to pick up a pre-con for the Turtles.
Ooh, pick on the pre-con.
Nice.
Pre-con.
My plan is to stay home and save money.
Wait, what?
Well, that's the best for
What
you.
kind of fool are you, my
Yeah, I'm a broke ass fool. That's what kind of.
New question of the day. What is money?
Why? No, it's not what is money. It's why is money.
Why is money? That's funny. I think my plan is the weekend is to do a lot of cleaning around the house and stuff. But I am going to pre-release tomorrow.
Cool.
Oh,
Good luck.
Yes, and Hillbilly's going to be there. He's going to travel all the way over here just to watch me play.
No wonder you ain't got nothing to do, Hillbilly. You're spending all your money going to Iowa.
Yeah, well, see, me and Tortoise came to arrangement that he's going to get the pre-release, and then after he plays the pre-release, he's going to give me all the cards.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
TC Dude's talking about the picture of the day. He says it's the new Magic Fold card here now is for $999 down payment of $1. Well, believe it or not, the Transformers game had Fold cards in it too.
What?
Yeah,
That's weird.
Yep, that's crazy. But yeah. So the weekend's gonna be fun. Shot.
Cool.
And so it says weekend. Moving out of the apartment I've been in for the past 12 years. Nice.
Wow.
Moving to a house? Why did that pop up? Oh, that chat's being weird. You finally moving to a house, finding a better place, moving away from Rayman because sometimes that's a smart thing to do.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
They already live very far away.
Moving to a townhome. Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. I hope the move and transition goes easy, flawless, without error. Knock on wood. But yeah, hell yeah. Have a good time doing that. So, let's ask the question. Oh, she said thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. So I'm going to be doing exams. So exciting.
Ooh.
So the question of the day, if you did have a flavor text, what would your flavor text be on a magic card?
How do you keep your mohawk up?
How do you keep? How do you
I hear it
keep?
5 times a day.
How do you keep going insane from hanging around people like Tortoise?
Tortoise is so amazing.
We're all amazing in our own unique way.
Last night I had some kid come on my live. He says, "You look exactly like my dad." And, he's probably like in his teenage years or in his 20s. But he's like, "You look exactly like my dad." I'm like, "Well, when you look this good, sometimes it just happens."
Oh man.
I had somebody come on my stream this morning and ask me, "Where do you live?"
Oh, that's an odd question for someone.
Yeah, and I'm like, southeastern Kentucky.
Be as generic as vague as possible.
Yep.
Aaron Soros Rex says her favorite text is "Need more dinos." That's right.
Accurate.
Kevin Hain, how many of the panels doing pre-release? It looks like 3 of us. Woo! Raise your hand. That's
Me.
right. 3 out of
Yes,
5.
you raised my hand,
Yep.
but
How the odds are against the other 2.
Yeah.
I expect it completely to go 0-4. That's what I expect to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I expect to happen to me too.
Tibalt, since we're guests on here all the time, do you think Tortoise will pay us by getting us a pre-release kit?
That's it. Sure.
I'll tell you guys what. If you show up at my LGS tomorrow, I will buy you a pre-release kit.
If I had
That's only for Hillbilly and Tibalt. If anybody else shows up, you're on your own.
fair enough.
Tomorrow, I will buy your pre-release kit.
I picture a line outside Mr. B's and just like it'd be like 20 or 30 deep, just like people going, "Hey, he promised me."
like a random door prize.
Yes.
Now, I would love to get a pre-release kit of this set, but I just ain't got the money this time.
Yeah, they cost between $35 and $50, and I don't know how much ours is costing yet. We're trying to pay attention because we don't have that kind of money either to do all that stuff. But like I said a long time ago, we've been kind of saving up for this.
That's the way to do it.
Awesome.
Ours is 45. Oh, and we got our promos that Wizards put out the pre-release press release for, saying because of how Lorwyn happened, and not everybody, but some people got a turtle card in their pre-release kit, that they were sending out promo packs from the last few sets to the LGSs to give to their players, anybody who plays in the pre-release. Mm-hmm. Well, we got ours, and we got Tarkir Dragonstorm ones.
Nice.
Cool.
Like I got promo pack for when I played Commander that one time.
Nice.
My first time playing Commander, so that was pretty cool.
Promo.
Yeah.
Promo.
So we've got a promo pack to hand out to everybody who plays in the pre-release, and we're going to let the people who are playing in the pre-release decide if they want the promo pack to be able to be used in their decks, because the press release says that that's up to the store. Well, the store is basically me when it comes to this, because Brandon and Brad have too much stuff going on, so it just falls on me, which is fine. But I'm not going to make that decision for them. Like, even though I'm playing, I'm not making that decision. I'm going to let the players vote, and majority rules, man. If more than half the people say we want to use the cards, great. If not, then I will not hand them out until after the event.
Yeah.
You want to know?
That was kind of crazy that they got those total cards. Lorwyn.
You want to know what's sad? Is I was cleaning the office yesterday, and I found this box of cards. And in this box of cards are all the turtle cards I've been collecting to make a turtle deck.
Oh,
I was looking at them. And none of the turtles I've collected fit the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles deck.
Oh,
None of them make tokens or put 1/1 counters on stuff.
Yeah,
That's
they all
sad.
do with like some landfall ability or some weird ability.
well, I mean, so this is a good question then. Are you going to prioritize theme of turtle over synergy, or are you going to make your deck, your Teenage Mutant Ninja the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle deck, as synergistic as possible, or are you going for theme of turtles?
I'm going to go with the theme of counters. because I
It's
have
very good.
took apart,
Yeah.
and there's missing pieces to the deck, but I do have some +1 counter synergies from the deck that I'd put in the Turtles deck to get those buffs and stuff.
I
Like,
think
yeah,
Are you gonna run a Trax as your commander, or are you just gonna put her in the 99?
In the 99.
I wouldn't even run it then.
Mm-hmm.
You just got so much other good proliferation stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's nice, right? She's a 4/4 flying vigilance, lifelink, death toucher or something. But she's also probably not going to stick around often. Like the odds you play your Atraxa and she gets to proliferate more than once is pretty uncommon. Like she's just a kill on sight character, right? It's a card that just because everybody knows it, right?
Yep.
Personally, I think you'd be better off running one of the billion other proliferation cards that give you something else out of it.
I got some good cards. I got an Exonerable Tide in that box.
Yeah, Exonerable Tide's solid.
Yeah, so I haven't got this deck yet to be able to upgrade it. I just got ideas for the deck right now, and it tracks.
There's not a lot of dead cards in it, honestly. I would say there's probably 10 cards that I'm like, okay, these are immediately swap outs, but the rest of the deck is very good.
Oh yeah, I want to play with the deck a couple times before I modify it. You know, see what because there's a couple cards in there I know that are okay, not good in the deck. Like the Rat King doesn't really synergize with the +1 counter scene, but there's a couple of cards in there that can be swapped out very easily.
The Elementress chick is awesome. The one who taps, you sacrifice an artifact, and you make a copy of a creature, and then you sack it at the end of turn.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Now
is it wrong if I shout out Vampire Hex Mage?
No.
No, it's funny, but it's not wrong.
All right, my friends, it's time to get to this little clip right here.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise. This is a free show on YouTube. It is completely volunteer based. This program is made possible by viewers like you, and share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And also by contributions made to your Super Fast Tortoise channel and from viewers like you. You all rock. You are awesome.
You're crazy!
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Woo woo! Wow, only 20 minutes and we're finally getting to the topic.
Must have been a good question of the day or something.
Right.
So
let's get to the segment. I sent this to Tibalt and I posted it in Discord if you haven't read it. It says in Magic the Gathering we strive for better deck building. And in Commander we learn to build off different systems and game theory. But slowly we learn, there's some mistakes in here. But slowly we learn to playing off the meta of our play group. Sometimes our decks get really good and we break them apart to study why the deck is good. And in this, we learn the basics of removal, ramp, draw, etc. Then we look at the synergy of the cards in our decks for the commander we pilot. And that is a good key part, the synergy of our decks, of our commander. Sure, we've talked about deck synergy. Let's delve into this conversation about theme synergy. Let's go. Yeah.
So theme synergy and deck synergy, the lower down the bracket system you go, the less important it is.
Right.
Brackets 1 and 2, less important. By the time you get to bracket 3, these things should be indistinguishable.
Right.
By the time you get to you're building a bracket 3 deck to play with other bracket 3 decks, your deck synergy and your theme synergy, these things should be completely and utterly indistinguishable. They should be identical. Because because unless you're just building something that has no theme to it, right? Like you're not playing one of the 275 themes that there are in Magic the Gathering currently, or whatever nonsense number it is. Like assuming you have access to, all the cards, right? All the budget cards. Let's say budget cards. You have access to any budget card. There's no reason that you should have a single card in your deck that isn't on theme.
Right.
And that's both. And that is, so if you're playing +1/+1 counters, we've been talking about +1/+1 counters, there shouldn't be anything in your deck that isn't either straight utility i.e., something that's ramping you or drawing you cards
Mhm.
that's not on theme. And then you probably should be doing both, right? Tezzeret's Gamble is a draw proliferation card.
Oh, Tezer's Gambit.
Your Gambit, yeah. So you're getting draw, what you need, but you're also getting on theme, right? You're getting more +1/+1 counters,
Mm-hmm.
and your whole deck should be that way. As the further up the bracket you go,
Right.
And at 3, it's the most. It starts to be really important that there shouldn't be much of a distinction between deck synergy and theme synergy.
Yeah, that's where you wanted to blend in.
Right.
So I'm going to offer a counterpoint to that.
Sure.
Not that I disagree, but I'm going to give an example of what I play that isn't necessarily a theme, but it's like my bracket 3 or bracket 4 deck, and that is good stuff.
Wait,
And I guess if you're going to lump it into a theme, the theme would have to be good stuff, because I've got a 5-color deck where it's just a random pot. Not exactly, I can't say it's random. But I'm playing a pile of cards that's just good things that don't necessarily interact with each other, but they do interact with other cards in the deck. So it would be hard-pressed to put it as following a specific theme, other than I'm playing the best cards of each color.
I'm pretty sure that good stuff is listed as one.
Okay,
on the Rex. Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
but yeah, so let's kind of tell people what theme synergy is. Right, kind of describe it, right? So, deck synergy cares about what your mana ramp, draw, and removal is. Theme synergy cares about what your commander does, but also if it triggers off something your commander does, like for example, i.e., that Super Shredder says whenever a permanent leaves the battlefield, your removal spells are synergy with it. So your removal spells become theme synergy with Super Shredder if he's your commander or in the 99. If your deck cares about creatures dying or leaving the battlefield in general, finding removal and different ways to have creatures leave the battlefield is synergistic. And that's theme synergy. And this is a case where Super Shredder is both deck synergy and theme synergy, where they blend in. That shows you how pretty cool the card is. Probably weighs like worth $50 right now.
He's still 35.
Right.
Him and Krang are the only two that haven't just absolutely bottomed out.
Mm-hmm.
Which Krang? The artifact? The blue?
Yeah, the artifact.
The blue Krang is pretty dang on good. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People are
And
trying
it's
to
like-
break it
it's-
in another format.
It's like $1.50 right now. So if now's the time, people. If you think a card that isn't named Krang, Ultra Warrior, or Super Shredder are going to be good, now's your time to buy, because prices have absolutely bottomed out.
Yep.
And as more and more people are able to sell them, they're going to continue to go down, or at least stay down. So if you think, hey, I think this card is going to be very good, buy it now. That's my PSA in the middle of our discussion.
That is, I'm putting all phasing removal in my Shredder deck. So creatures do not. That's it. I'm putting all phasing removal in my Shredder deck. So you don't want to.
Phasing,
they don't leave the
it
battlefield.
wouldn't it wouldn't trigger anything. Also, I'm not sure how much phasing stuff there is in black.
I know there's an oubliette.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all.
phasing won't trigger Shredder because your opponent's not leaving the battlefield. They're just
They just kind of
disappearing from the
they
battlefield.
just kind of disappear.
I think that's a joke. I think that's the joke.
Oh.
But yeah, so another form of synergy, theme synergy. That's the point. It was a contradiction. Yeah. One of my decks that works off deck synergy more is my Freak of the Mini deck, and the theme synergy actually works with deck synergy. Yo, the Fuzzy Falcon, yo, cacao.
Yeah. And like I said, that's how it should be, right? That's what you should be striving for, is to blend those things to the point where there is no difference.
Right.
Because when I first read that, I was like, wait, are these things different? Like, are they different? And I think at lower deck building, they are, but the higher up you go, they're not. Like these are just the same thing.
Let's look at the idea of precons, right? Precons, there's more of a difference between deck synergy and theme synergy in precons, right?
Well, that's because they tend to put two separate ideas in precons.
Right, but they also focus on theme synergies and deck synergies all together. Where when you have more powerful decks, your whole idea is to kind of blend them in. So there's a difference, and the line gets thinner the better you get at it, right? Like in my Rafika the mini deck, part of my theme synergy is when I do combat damage, I draw cards, right? And
Whoa, hang on. Rafika the Mini is a Voltron deck, right?
Yeah.
So that's your theme, right?
Right.
Your theme of Rafika the Mini it's a Voltron deck.
Right, but one of the things I use a lot is putting on enchantments to say when you do combat damage to a player, draw a card or make it unblockable or something like that. Like my Voltron pieces will fit my theme synergy, you know. And,
right, but like when you boil that all down, right? Like when you boil Rafik down to its base, this is a Voltron deck. Now what you're doing specifically is maybe a little bit different, but it's just
so what I want to highlight here though is you're like the reason why theme synergy and deck synergy is different because the way when you build certain decks, sometimes the cards you're looking for are different than other decks. So you're trying to find ways to blend in the two. It's a game. It's like a little sub game of building these decks. You're trying to get deck synergy and theme synergy get together and blend in very well. And the reason why I separate them two because like the other day we had a conversation. And I'm like, you know, deck synergies. If you took out all of your themed cards for your commander, the deck should tell you how well it's supposed to run in general and thesis. And if you put in the theme synergy cards, it kind of tempos out the deck and tells you what to do. But when you blend the two together, it makes your deck more powerful. Because like when Tabal and I were talking about budget cards and budget Magic, and do more expensive cards win games, do budget cards win games, and what we all agreed on the video and even on our live is theme, synergy, efficiency, and tempo pretty much win games. And tempo is the word I should use a while ago, but I didn't. You know, theme and synergy win games, efficiency wins games, and deck synergy is about that, and blending in your theme synergies with your deck synergies so they look a lot alike is really good. Like it's really makes it really powerful. You know, like sure, some decks might be powerful on a different budget, but on a smaller budget, you can have a good chance of beating a bigger budget deck. Like my Rafika the mini deck when I first built it was a very budget deck, and it was kicking butt. You know, but when I started playing with the meta, that's when I started tinkering around to make it better. And opening cool cards, by the way.
That's the best way, I think, to increase the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess my issue is that in trying to teach people to build better decks, we're making distinctions that I don't know they need, right? Like if you're playing aristocrats, right? If you're playing any aristocrat sets, I don't care what commander you're using. If you're using Sephiroth or you're using Marin of Clan Noth, or you're playing one of the white crazy ones, all of your cards in your deck should be either something that helps with your aristocrat game plan, which is playing creatures, sacrificing creatures to get value off to do damage to the table or to get like tons of value off of it, or just like the basic stuff that your deck needs to function. Lands, a few rocks, some draw spells, and that's it. Right? Like I don't know, and I don't know when you would try to do something other than that unless you were intentionally trying to build a less effective deck.
Well, sometimes your deck goes different routes. Like my Voltron deck that we talked about, the Rafika the main deck, like in the deck synergy, my removal is very low because that's part of the theme of the deck is to attack fast and hit hard quicker. You be the threat, you know.
Right.
So,
okay. So let me ask you a question because I need to. My brain isn't computing.
All right.
I don't know why it's just not clicking.
I got an answer for you. Why would you?
Let's see.
Okay, why would you play off theme deck, or why would you play off synergy cards in the deck? Why would you put anything in there? That seems to be the question, just boiling it down. That's what it seems to me. Could be wrong, but my thought is the only time, or a time, not the only time, a time you might want to do that is when you are attacking the meta that you're playing in, the pod that you're playing in. You might search out off synergy cards, off synergy cards to attack a specific problem in the meta that you're playing in. And that's what I did a lot. And it's not necessarily good. It's not necessarily right information. That's another thing too. I get what you're saying, that like maybe we're confusing people if they don't think this way or whatever. But I know in my case, I would often search out cards that were off theme because they had a specific effect. They still worked inside the deck. They still matched the colors, but they attacked a specific problem, or what I saw as a problem in the game. And that's why I would look for those type of cards. And that's why I would put something like that in there.
So that answers half my question.
Okay.
So very well done. Because I didn't ask that question. That answers half my question. The other question is about what Tort said when you said you don't run a lot of board wipes in your Rafika the Mini for, and that's part of like, okay, how does board wipes fit into deck synergy unless you're playing something that cares about board wipes, right? Like if I'm playing my walls deck, I feel like my one-sided board wipes that are in it that blows up everything but my walls is absolutely synergistic to my game plan.
Right, but like,
but why would board wipes be deck synergy unless it was a very specific case like that? That's where my brain isn't clicking.
Oh, so why would board wipes be deck synergy?
Yes. Why is a board wipe part of synergy?
Because deck synergy is about protecting and growing your plans, and sometimes a board wipe, even one-sided asymmetrical board wipes, are part of that to help you go on crazy. Sorry, I read the comment about said crazy adventures. But like it's about like because deck synergy is about deck flow and everything, but it's also about removing problems so your deck can work better. You said you run asymmetrical board wipes, so if it destroys everything that's on a wall, right? So that's improving and working on your plan. Deck synergy is about getting your deck to work flow. It's like if you can play a land, draw a card every turn, that'd be perfect. If you can play a land, draw a card.
That's in that specific case, right?
Right.
So if Tybalt is playing, let's say Tybalt's playing elves, right? He's playing Simic elves because Simic actually has a couple decent board wipes, non one-sided ones,
right?
Cyclonic Rift. Why would blowing up the board, which is going to pop Tybalt's elves as well, right, be synergistic to the deck other than just be a utility card to the deck? Like my brain is sticking to the word synergy. I don't know how running the risk of stopping your own game plan is synergy.
Well, it's not always about stopping your own game plans. And
you're right, but it will.
Right.
It's what Super Fast said about removing problems.
Right.
Removing problems and obstructions to your gameplay. Sometimes, and we always seem to go back to board wipe, but it could be single target removal, whatever. But it could be an off-theme card to allow you to continue your gameplay. So removing something else, you might have to remove all permanents on the board. You might have to do something because they have something that's indestructible, or they may have something that you have to give minus counters to get rid of to remove a problem, so you can then continue your synergy. Is what I'm thinking.
And another thing I should throw in there, because it sounds like the way you're talking makes it sound like every time you have a board wipe, you should play it. I don't play all board
No,
wipes.
That's definitely not the case.
Right.
I tend to hold them far longer than I probably should.
Every board wipe you get in your hand.
Ryan Nowicki says, best way to improve your deck building skills is to understand individual cards better. Overlap and non-synergy between copy, creature spells, and clones are useful when applied in the right deck. That's a good advice. Then Game Bob says, that's the ultimate advice, improving your deck building skills. I hope the answer's not proxies. He's like, don't take the deck building advice from me. Oh, my Lord. You build me a deck. But seriously though, TC2 says I think Rayman is righteous. Removal and wipes are utility, right? But utility can be really good, like Super Shredder. Like here's a synergy. You got Super Shredder, and you have the Dark Steel plate on him, the one that makes him indestructible. You board wipe, he gets big.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I have an example of the idea of Rogue card, a new meta then, and built a Lust for War deck one Friday night. Beat everyone.
Nice.
Yeah. And so synergy, so like some non-theme synergy things that people do, but fit in the theme for win conditions, is finding little infinite two card combos for higher brackets, obviously, but find like two ways to cards combo off that don't exactly fit their deck synergy, but just fit a plan or idea that they have. Because like when you have like, let's just say you have Super Shredder out, he's indestructible at the moment. You have a Grave Pact out, and you have a couple young derps. When I say young derps, I mean like little 1/1 derps on the battlefield.
Mhm.
So, because Super Shredder cares about whenever a permanent leaves the battlefield, no matter whose side it's on, use Grave Pact on the battlefield as getting rid of more creatures. So your two creatures can be 4, 6, 8 creatures to make them huge. So synergy.
Yeah, that's a great example of synergy. Like it's a great example of synergy with your commander.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how it should be, right? Like I absolutely run Grave Pact and Dictative Erebos and Sephiroth. And because I want creatures to die, I want to get value out of it. Perfect example of aristocrat synergy, right? Grave Pact and Dictative Erebos are two of the best cards you can put in an aristocrat deck, assuming you're running black.
Mm-hmm. Right, but that's not deck synergy. That's theme synergy. All what I was explaining.
Oh yeah. Again, I'm hesitant to tell new people that these things should be different. I don't want to confuse people and be like, guys, you need to focus on these two separate things that really, when you boil them down, should just be the same thing.
Oh no. Like you want to try to be the same thing, but theme synergy sometimes splits off from deck synergy. You know, and this is just stuff to know. This is not important, right? This is just stuff to know. When you're more advanced in deck building, you'd be like, okay, there's a difference here, because one thing helps a goal, and the other thing is the goal. Ryan Nowicki says removal like ramp, draw, or vegetables. They don't have to jive with your synergy, but you want things to give access to those things in some way or offset them. That's good advice. I actually do have a very different take on improving deck building advice in all seriousness. I would focus on being able to enjoy the game even if you don't win. That's a whole take on it too. So what I mean by that is I enjoy a deck that maybe has a theme or does a thing or has a pet cards. Becoming better does not mean winning more to all players. And in my mind, there's a difference. Improving in percentages, improving overall enjoyment. My motto is, he who smiles the most wins. So I feel Rayman at this point, it's splitting hairs. That is more confusing than helpful.
Well, maybe I am onto something. If TCG dude agrees with me, he and I tend to disagree on most things. I love you, TCG. I do.
What I'm thinking too is I took it a different way from what I read this morning when Superfast sent me this, because I looked at it more specifically with regards to the commander versus the 99.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking more along the lines, because the first thing I did was apply that to all of my decks, then thinking about what he had said there. And it's like, how many of my decks, and there's a few of them, that the synergy, I want to say the synergy of the deck is different than that of the commander.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that in some cases just because I know the commander is to draw fire. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There are some decks that I don't even, I like what the commander does. I'll cast it if I have to, but I also don't rely on that. So that's what I was looking at when I first got this morning. The first thing I started dissecting was like, how does this apply to my decks? And like I said, do I have just a pile of good stuff that I play, or do I actually rely on casting my commander to make the whole deck work?
So here's where deck synergy and theme synergy apply the most, right? And it doesn't apply to your overall one, right? Because deck synergy, when you look at the scope, that I call it the scope, when you look at your border ice removal, draw ramp, all that fun jazz, your recursion, that's about the deck coming together and working on itself as the deck, like basic cards. But theme synergy is about finding things like cards that kind of do that stuff, but do other things that fit the theme of your commander. And like I said, and TC Dude is right. It's pretty much splitting hairs, but at the time you can stray off from one synergy to another based off of what your commander does. Because like you mentioned aristocrats, maybe in aristocrats, if you have creatures or in a way that says when a creature you control dies, you draw a card. That's a lot different than saying when a creature enters the battlefield, you draw a card.
Another thing. So here's an
aristocrats. It definitely is.
But so I'm going to give you then an example going a little bit further of another way that you might stray off. I don't want to say off topic, off synergy is when you are pinging people for damage. Is it right to add a card in there then that increases their power or toughness because it does more damage? Then it makes your
Osier dilemma.
What's that?
Is this the mono red Osier dilemma? Is a burn deck like super terrible if Osier's your commander, so suddenly your 1 damage spells are all doing 4?
Yes, exactly. or something like that with you know what I mean? If you're doing I can't think of any because I don't play a lot of aristocrats, but I was gonna say with my ghoul color deck, I get zombies based on either toughness or power. I don't even know at this point. But so is it off synergy then to put in cards that will automatically raise like an enchantment or something, or enchantment or artifact that automatically gives all my creatures a buff on either their power or toughness, whichever it is?
No, that's a great synergy card because you're doing something that's going to give you multiple lanes of value, right? Your creatures are going to be bigger, either to be power of toughness, so you can either swing more or deflect more, right? And you have this other thing that says, hey, whichever one it is, you get a bunch of zombies off of this, right? So no, I think that's absolutely on synergy.
But then at what point do you draw the line between this being, is it worth it to go that direction? You know what I mean? Would I be better slotted putting, would that slot be better spent putting in a more effective zombie, a larger zombie, or maybe a zombie with an ETB?
Come back after 5 games and tell me what you think.
Well, yeah. All together though, like I said, the defined lines that blend the two together, right? If I went to a new player, I wouldn't go into him and be like, you want to know the difference between deck synergy and theme synergy? I'd teach them about the scope first and to go on to like finding combos and stuff. Say that's a good way to start your deck. Finding how synergy works and defining synergy. The deck synergy, theme synergy is just like a bipolar way to say there is a difference, or recognizing there's a difference, but it's not something you just go, here's a book on 2 different synergies, figure it out. Because Rayman is right. Like you don't want to go up to a new player and be like, here's the difference between 2 different types of synergies. Because the more better at deck building you get, you really try to blend the two.
Yeah, because in my mind, and again, I don't want to say I'm a unique case, but I'm an edge case. I've been playing and building decks for just such a long time. In my mind, there is no difference. Like I'm every single card in my deck. If I'm playing, it doesn't matter what I'm playing. Every single card in my deck, I'm trying to keep. Is this advancing what I'm trying to do, my theme, right? My game plan. Is this advancing that or not? And if the answer is no, it's out.
Right.
And if the answer is yes, then it stays in.
Right. It's like, for an example, before I came up with the idea of deck synergy and theme synergy, because when I realized there's a difference, it actually helped me myself build different decks. And maybe that's how I understand it, like building decks. But like before then, I'd use the scope and be like, okay, I want like X amount of draw on my deck based off the scope. But if I found cards in my theme synergy, and I tell people, if you found cards in your that fit your commander's theme, that draw you cards, put that in because it's more powerful. Add it to your roster because the more draw power you get, the better you are. Same with removal and stuff. So, yes, better players will blend in the two. You don't have to know the two, but to me, it's something that exists. It's like it's like breathing air. It exists. It's there. But until it actually matters, you really don't care. Because we have scientists out there and doctors who pay attention to that stuff. And so there are people who care about it, and there are people who are going to nitpick about it, and there are people who are going to break the two apart. But yes, there is a difference. Is it important? No. But talking about it, it's fun. We've talked about this, had a really good conversation. It is actually the end of the episode already.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I just got back.
Already.
He's like, I got back.
But before we chill, I want to know Hillbilly's opinion. Hillbilly hasn't said much. Hillbilly, what do you think about all this?
I'm lost.
I just
That's
got back
my
in.
opinion. I'm
Got
lost.
Well, in the Discord, this is not a game theory thing. This is the random rant. The only reason why I came up with this rant is because I didn't want to do a chat and chill because Tabalt was going to be here. But in the Discord, everybody here can agree that's been on the show that there's a game theory section. You can read off our game theories. Really good game theories. Trust me, there's mention of deck and game theme theory, but it doesn't really get into it. But there's a lot of good advice in there if you want it. Dig into it. They're PDFs. Download them. They're all free. Just be a subscriber and part of the Discord. And the Discord link is in the description below and somewhere up in chat. Anyway,
deck synergy has to be a must in the deck. That's for sure because deck will run smoother if there's a lot of synergy in it. Mm-hmm. And I believe the more synergy that you have in the deck, the better the deck will function.
Right. And that's the important thing to take out. You want them to blend in,
right.
Your synergies. But with that, my friends, we do got to get to this segment.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take, so it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Woo! Today's wife's early day, so I gotta get off early. So, really quick, we're gonna get to the shield section right now. We're gonna start with Mugenful.
Hey, everybody! I don't have much to shield today, but hopefully you'll look forward to seeing me in Commander either today or next week sometime.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Woo! We missed your face. We missed your face today. You weren't on camera.
Yeah, that'll be happening next Wednesday, though.
All right. With that, we're going to roll over to Tabalt.
Hey, I'm going to take the advantage of this time to read my entire blog to you. And that is one line rule. And that is, if a keyword rewards you for what you're already doing, it's competitive. If it asks you to jump through hoops, it's a trap. So there you go. Go to darkritual.site where you can find other words of wisdom and such, and all of my junk. You can find everything that's Tibble's Apprentice at darkritual.site. How about that?
Woo, darkritual.site. And with that, we're going to roll over to Rayman.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you didn't check out our Commander game last night on Mr. B's YouTube channel, go back and check it out. It was a really fun game. The turtle deck is super fun to play, even with all the different variations of the Commander. The game was incredibly close, even though we were all playing different versions of it. So check that out. We have pre-release tomorrow night. We have more Turtles and karaoke on Saturday. So we have so much Turtles going on here at Mr. B's Game Lounge. So check it out. I missed you guys yesterday, but I'm back. I'll be here tomorrow. So I'm on a 23-hour break. See you guys mañana.
Yeah. That roll over to Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody, I'm in flight sleep. But anyway, the reason why that's because I was up all night playing turtles. But anyway, I'm planning on doing a stream this afternoon around 2 o'clock. And that's all I got planned for today.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, that's pretty cool. With that, Super Fast Tortoise is here, everybody. We're gonna try to get a Commander game tonight. Moonful said he wanted to play tonight, so we're gonna try to get a Core 2 game going on tonight.
Precon?
Yeah, like a Precon or a Core 2.
I got a Precon.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna play a Precon. I don't have a Precon right now, but anyways, keep an eye out on Discord. If something happens, I might not stream tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
All right, so keep an ear out. If I don't say anything, plan on me streaming tomorrow morning. If you do see me post something in Discord about it, that means I'm not streaming. Because tomorrow the wife is off. We have plans on doing some certain things. All right? And I got the pre-release tomorrow, so it's going to be a busy day for me. But
I'll miss you tomorrow if you don't stream.
if you don't stream, I want to thank you, everybody, for being on the show. Rayman, Grandpa Hillbilly, Michael, Matt, Saxon, Jones, Tabalt's Apprentice, all those words. Midgeful, thank you for being here. Everybody in chat, thank you for being here. Everybody who chatted and was going crazy, I appreciate you. Thank you for liking the video, doing everything. You guys rock, you guys rule. Thank you, channel subscribers and members, for supporting the channel the way you do. And I want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change and the motivation that they need to get up and do something good today. With that, we're going to get to straight intro or outro. Let's go.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning.